Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. Again, nowhere to go. There is absolutely nowhere to go. So, now here to be. It is as simple. It looks like not simple when you are in the mouth of the mind. When you still believe what the mind presents. Once you know this, spot the mind, because once you know whatever is happening, which was not there before, which is presented and which will disappear, this is the mind. Whatever. There is no exception. So, to make this obvious, this is to give it to you, this obviousness, needed to stop the search. Even if one still searches in life to feel better, to feel better, this is in the world of happenings. It's in the creation, the manifestation of what you are. So it doesn't avoid to be bitten or suffering, but knowing what it is still makes a huge difference. It's priceless to know that. So know what's what. There is a screen, there is a movie. That's all. In descriptions. You speak of what? Of the screen? Nothing happened. Of the movie? Everything happens. And even if you are lost in the movie, because it's part of the movie, it's a story in the movie. The movie needs the screen to appear and disappear. So you never lose yourself. So anything you want to add or remove from yourself, welcome. We are together to enjoy whatever is there that makes one quiet and happy, or to remove doubts, to have more clarity. Because it is not by a absolutely clear understanding that you will specially see, not to say realize, there is nothing to realize. What is your real nature? It is by spotting, oh, that's the mind. Because you see, we have so much attachments to concepts or experiences that we have a blind spot about what one lives. So we will not see it's the mind. So just see, spot the mind, and you have nothing else to do, because where you are left then, from where you could spot the mind. Keep quiet there. Welcome. Can you sit on the ground or you want a chair? So there are places. Yes. Raka.
So I, I really wish that my words has weight now, so that because I often realize that I just say things and they don't have power. So I wish to leave at your feet the reality of this samsara what I created.
The reality of the samsara.
What I created.
So it's real for
Yes,
you
I know,
as an individual, but it's not.
I always make this kind of job with the demystification of that. But when I reach a platform, when I realize it's already something, then it bites me so terrible that so I need to do the job.
The job of what?
Of total demystification of what I experience, of myself, of...
Okay, so whatever you can express of what you live, of yourself as you say, it is in the mind. It will appear and disappear, it will go on changing. Yeah or no?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And from where can you see that? Just...
I know from where I can see that. There's a problem that I still... This is terrible to say, but I think I prefer still the samsara than that.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
fuck.
Okay, if you say so, it's like this.
It's not preferring. It's not a good word, but still I experience it. Okay.
You know, it's just for a moment also. It's not that suddenly this samsara, when you know who you are, you will not be there to prefer things or to try to change things and all that in the movie. You have just to... What I say is just for a split second. You have to allow what is just to be obvious. And how is it possible? When you are not attached to any thought or experience. But it's for a split second. Because that split second is expressed like this, means it's not in time. It doesn't need to appear a second time in time. But it is so clear and radical that the rest will continue, the movie will continue till you die. In the way you create and you are attached to, and so on. So, don't you know yourself, in fact?
I'm not sure that I understand the question. If I know myself,
Yeah?
yes.
So all your considerations are in the samsara, in the manifestation. And they may be solved or not. Yeah?
Usually they are not solved.
Yeah? Or they are solved in such a different way than what we thought, and maybe it is also perfect. Even though, you see, we decide and we do so many things in this world, and yet at the same time it looks like nothing is in our hand, really. So it's a paradox that we cannot, it has not to be solved. It's like it appears this way. Yes.
Sometimes when I ask who am I, the question cuts like a knife through butter and there are no problems.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I feel that the I has reality to it, and then the question doesn't allow me to go where it ends.
Okay. So, what is the purpose of the question?
To go back to where the question ends, or is...
You never go back. You go back as a I who felt is here and there. So you go back to a source, but this is a total illusion of the happenings. So that, but still that question in the world of happenings, it looks like allows you to just keep quiet in yourself. I mean, like the question disappears. Yes or no? Sometimes. That's what you were describing, no?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, when the question doesn't work, where it happens?
Where or what?
No, where it happens. When the question doesn't work, when I is turbulent.
Where it happens... It happens... I don't understand where. Like, it's...
Okay, to understand each other, I may give an answer and then you tell me if you understand. It happens in this movie. It happens to the world of I am born. I am such as I see you. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, it's in the same realm, the question who am I, which works, and the question who am I, which doesn't work suddenly. It's all in the movie. But when it worked, what did it show? It shows that's my real nature. which is not personal. I am always, let's say that, but I am not there to describe anyway. If the result of the work in question, who am I, is not that, then what you experience is still in the world of happenings. But if it is that, then once for all, don't expect that I will not be turbulent anymore. I can be turbulent and can be quiet, but it's still in the movie.
I'm following you.
Okay, so are we out of the movie or in? Because once, whatever path you took just to keep quiet and you are not even there to say keep quiet, but it's an indication, let's say, where you can you say, oh, here nothing happened, here everything disappears. Can you say so or not?
Here,
Here, yeah, here.
nothing is happening. Even if
Nothing is
even if I
happening.
is turbulent, I see that.
So, nothing is happening. So you know that, oh, that's my real nature. I always have been that, not as a personal I, but that is always there, regardless of the movie which is played on. That has to be, if you search for that, this is the answer, you see. So once you have the answer to your search, how can you still have doubts, even though this movie will present doubts, but you know where it is played once for all? So you may prefer to be more in that obviousness of being, let's say like that, it's a way to say, than in your world. But then, you know, that is, how to say, that's your preference. It doesn't mean that you lost yourself if you are not experiencing the obviousness of yourself. That's what shows the so-called realization of that. It will not give you, especially, a permanent state in this movie. This I don't see. But what is always here is that there is no more doubt that I can never be lost. Even if I have the experience of being lost in the movie, I know it doesn't concern who am I, in fact.
I honor that time. I honor when I'm not in time. When the question is when the question works, I honor that, and I don't have doubt. I have zero doubts that is.
Yeah, don't have doubts when I is turbulent and doesn't like to keep quiet.
And just to clarify, maybe what I is turbulent means for me, because when the question works, it's not like I disappears. I still appears, but it just doesn't have any reality. But
Okay, it's the same, yeah, okay.
Okay. But I see that there's a couple of, like, I still have a cherished idea, let's say, that...
But I hope that you have cherished ideas in your world, in your life. Why not? You have a movie to live, no?
But the cherished idea brings pain.
Suffering. Yeah, it will be pleasure and suffering, that we all know.
From my, um, yeah, I've noticed that this idea has lost some of its strength, though. So I don't know, is it an idea that I'm holding that I think this idea will lose its entire strength, or?
I would not keep any ideas real. You can have ideas, but don't bring them where you are. That's all. Leave them from where they appear and disappear, but don't bring them where you are.
Okay.
Yeah. Please, please. No, please, please, take it. Thank you.
You say it's the same sound as the same.
Yeah.
Where's the mic over there?
Okay. Yes, speak then.
Okay, you say if that's your preference.
It doesn't work well.
Hello?
Okay. Thank you.
Huh? You say if that's your preference, to be in the movie or out of the movie, but is it really in our hands?
Is it really what?
Is it really in our hands to have preferences?
How can I know?
Huh?
How can I know?
Yeah.
Just to know its preferences is enough.
Preference is enough.
No, just to know I have this preference is enough. Is enough not to continue in believing in anything. Because who has a preference? Then now if you investigate, you will say, oh, yeah, it is me, someone. So nothing wrong there. Someone has to live. And to live means in the dual world. But who am I? As Socrates mentioned it, not as a psychology mentions it, as Socrates mentioned it, it's a philosophical, ontological question. Who am I? Not trying to fix I or to have an answer to I with questioning that, but who am I? What is this I pronounce all the time, that I am a child or an adult or an old man? Who am I? What is this I? Is it all what I believe in myself, which changes all the time? Cannot be. It cannot be. Otherwise you would not recognize yourself. It's just an attribute. The problem is, if there is any problem, is that we confuse what I am for the attributes we give to that. There is nothing wrong, because it's like this that the duality works and this creation. But if you ask, who am I? Then you are left with I alone without attributes, just suddenly. So that's my real nature. That sustains everything.
And then there is no I, right?
Who knows? Who cares then? Yeah. Of course I can reply yes, no, whatever. It's not important. Who knows, you know? There is the question have no more value here, nor the answers. Yeah.
In the beginning, you mentioned to keep quiet, and everything which wasn't there before is the mind.
Everything which... yeah.
Yeah. So, even the image of keeping quiet or going with a thought or not going with a
There are
thought.
indications, it doesn't mean it's
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Do you hear me? Okay. Because keeping quiet, in fact, yes, oh, I was not quiet, now I keep quiet.
Yeah.
And that will happen in the life of somebody who is investigating or who even doesn't have anymore the search. He will keep quiet in a natural way, and he doesn't keep quiet in a natural way in this world. But it's not because he kept quiet that he realized himself. It's an indication. Keep quiet means don't go in your mind. Just for a split second, so that you see that there is not only this phenomenal world. That's all.
I get it.
Yeah.
No, just not to be fooled when something says, but now you, yeah, just what you said. It's,
Okay.
thank you.
Up to the next. It can happen. Yeah, you were right. Insisting sur keeping quiet, then you create a state of keeping quiet. But what does it mean really? It means for once, don't go into any movement if it is possible. It's a split second possible. And after you see you have a life eventually of keeping quiet and not keeping quiet, but you don't keep quiet anymore to search who you are or to find out who you are. It's just an experience, a natural experience of not being with objects anymore. As long as you need to keep quiet to find out who you are, it means, yeah, you are going towards the source of I, as the investigation is, but you are still investigating. And there is no other way to do, or whatever ways. I know nobody knows here what's the best to do. But for those who investigate, this has to be very clear. All the practices you see, they lead there. That's what they promise. You will keep quiet. If you repeat a mantra a lot, you have a moment where you keep quiet. If you make any meditation, if you do yoga and then you sit to meditate and so on, is to make you quiet. A state of quietness that generally you don't even know, you know it, but it skips. At least now, the state of natural quietness in the life is spot and it's given its importance. But who you are, you see, who are you? Are you still someone who keeps quiet? Yes, of course, but then it's in the world of the manifestation. So, what about then the one who keeps quiet, this meditator or this yogi, or that I fulfilled with that keeping quiet? Who am I? There is nothing more to do, to be afraid. But then you have to remove the beliefs you have in your mind that from now then I will keep more quiet and all that. This manifestation will change for me. There are changes, of course, but don't have beliefs about all these things. Yeah, just wait.
Sometimes I'm quiet and sometimes I'm not.
Yeah.
But then but also I find like a space that sees myself being quiet or not. And I like.
You like?
I'm in I don't want to say a space, but I'm out of time. Like we speak about, and here, there's not a person that's quiet or not.
Yeah.
And from
But
here,
you are always that. You see? You are always. This is your real nature. They're words, isn't it? But. And you will have your life with keeping quiet and not. This is life. But you will not search anymore. You know, this is a life which is given to me. And why I have quiet moments sometimes is because I search and my search is gone. I know I am quiet about the search, so I'm quiet, but I know that it doesn't mean what I am will not always show in one way. It will be quietness and it's opposite. this is the self-knowledge, you see. You have automatically. You cannot change that. At least this I don't know. It's just I think the main drama of the seeker and of the finder is that he confuses a state he acquired in this life through investigation, through whatever search he had, and what is. It looks like someone always speaks of what is, and then there is no more problem, the search is gone. And then he speaks, but I'm always not like this, it's sometimes only. But there you jump, it's an image, you jump in the manifestation to speak like about sometimes. Yes, in the sometimes, you will be sometimes quiet and sometimes not. But who are you in fact? That may not be seen anymore, it doesn't matter. You are it. You are it. So what makes you search more? What idea makes you still believe in a movement of your mind? What is it? It should appear in a different way?
I wouldn't say I'm searching unless that's what you mean by I'm still going with the movement of the thoughts, movement of the mind. Because this split second that I say that sees the person is quiet or not is not in time, and from here I lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
So and I honor this, and I see also that the mind wants to come back and pull me back into the person.
Yeah, it will always be like this till you die. Yes? Then what?
Isn't that the vigilance that you talk about, not to go with but and I, which comes up and wants to like...
I speak to the seeker. If you are no more a seeker, you just don't hear me, don't listen.
I won't deny that there's still there's still some
Okay. Somewhat.
power of the mind.
Oh, the mind is powerful. The mind creates your world. Then what? It's created by what? By something more powerful, maybe. Since that power cannot contain what you are. Don't be impressed by the power of it. Of course it's powerful. Imagine this universe and us.
I feel like I'm in my natural strength when I don't go with but, and then I feel very weak when but takes me away.
Forget about those considerations. They are just feelings due to the past. Enough. And live your life without judgments and all that. And in the life we will make mistakes and no mistakes. It's like this. You don't need to judge. So I would say, offer yourself, give moments of vigilance in the sense of, oh, I am in my mind, and don't go farther than that. I'm in my mind, then I keep quiet. Means the moment you decide, you don't go with the movement of your mind. Don't go farther than that. Whenever it comes to you to want to just enjoy beingness. Then what else? It's funny, I find that in this manifestation, the seeker, and then when there is no more seeker, and yet in the manifestation, his life is with duality and all that, there is a kind of the same reaction as when we were religious about what I am. It looks like, oh, in the life, if I don't dedicate more time to keep quiet in myself, I'm maybe not such a good person, or, like you do when you believed in God. Oh, I'm so sorry, God, I was away from you, now I'm united with you, and all that. Here, there is nobody. Nobody to justify, nobody to please, nobody to obey. The life you have is the life you have by birth, whatever life. And if you were a seeker, and if you are no more a seeker, as I say, that life will express with a lot of activities as it was always, and sometimes, even if it is rare, moments of break. You don't search, you know who you are. And you have not to say, oh, I should do more. Of course, if you prefer to have a quieter life, you know what to do. But it's because you like it, it's not because you may not be serious enough and so on. It's because you prefer to have a life like this. So you do as you like. It has absolutely no other meaning. You take it or not, but yeah.
That was a few days of ease in my mind,
Yeah.
free
being free of the tyranny, of this grip, of the fear, the tension, everything.
Yeah.
And as it came back just yesterday in a package at once.
You speak of whom now?
The person.
Yes. It's okay. They are the waves of life.
Yeah, but I see it as a failure.
That's what I just said previously. What failure?
Yeah.
What failure? No. It's the life.
I feel I can, for a while, I can see it from a distance. Okay, it's the person. It's like this. Maybe it's attached to the tension. But I'm afraid that I miss something.
No, but do you think that you are more what is when you are not tyrannized by the mind than when you are tyrannized by the mind? That is the problem.
Yeah, it seems like.
It is the problem, which actually is not a problem if you see the fact that life presents itself always in a dual way. What to do? What to do?
Mm-hmm.
What I am is prior to that. I will not see it. It manifests in a dual way, but I am it. Mm-hmm. That is seen, I don't know, once. And from there, don't waver, don't waver.
What does it mean, don't waver, in this
means
case?
Don't doubt, even when you are troubled. Don't doubt that you lost yourself. You never lose yourself. You lose the peace of someone, okay. It was a beautiful state.
I lost the feeling.
Yeah, you lost the feeling
and
of...
what is what I didn't lose? I don't know. What is? How to be sure about it?
You will be sure when those things happening will not bring you a question anymore. What to say? I mean, I'm sorry, I will speak of myself, which is maybe not an example, but just to tell you, if I was relying on the quiet, blessed and looking like more real moments of my life, what I wanted to say, if I was relying on that, I tell you I am a total failure, because I have that and I have totally the opposite. As normal, as everybody knows. But, or yet, the search, the seeker, is totally eradicated, because once let's say, what has been obvious, and that obviousness translates itself today as I am it. I am it. And that expresses itself in a dual way. So what? So there is no doubt about I am a failure. That will not come. What can come is, oh, what a pity I'm not more quiet, for example, or I prefer quietness, and that's very human, that's normal. But don't tell it's a failure. No. That's a judgment due to a belief you have about spiritual surge. Hmm? Can you hear that? Investigate about that. It's very important.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
When you talked now, something was, for me, the question coming up. Everything what the mind tries to tell us about what I really am is a liar.
Mm-hmm.
He can't say the truth about it, or is it
No,
always a lie?
never.
Huh?
A lie or a incapability of its duality.
Because the thing is not, yeah, maybe because he can't know, but he tries to know. Huh?
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
He would love so much to know.
Yes. Okay, this is the only thing what I wanted to thank you.
Yeah. Till a moment, it just drops it. It just drops it. And even if he's very busy with the subject because it's kind of passion or interesting for him, he knows it's limited. Yeah. So, all fine. Oh. Hmm? Thank you very much.